Hey guys, it's Comic College News here, and today we have some extremely exciting news for those of you that have been following the Six Flags and Cedar Fair merger chronicles. This looks like it might be one of the last updates that we get on the merger because it is actually happening. We've been watching this for the past 6 months, more than 6 months, ever since late last year when the announcement was made that they would be combining in a merger of equals, and now we have finally come to the end where the merger is expected to be completed on July 1st, which is really, really exciting. So I'm just going to go through their little press release they have here on the Six Flags Investor Relations website. So today they announced that the senior management team that will lead the combined company following the completion of the merger of equals. Upon closing the transaction, Richard Zimmerman, the current president and CEO of Cedar Fair, will serve as the president and CEO of the new company. Salim Basul, the president and CEO of Six Flags, will serve as the executive chairman of the board of directors for the new company. And then Tim Fisher, who is the COO of Cedar Fair, will be the same position in the new company. Brian Witherow, the CFO of Cedar Fair, will retain his role at the new company. Same can be said for Brian Nurse, the Chief Legal and Compliance Officer, as well as Christian Dykman, the Chief Strategy Officer, who all of which are at Cedar Fair. And then Gary Mick will be the Chief Integration Officer, and he currently serves as the Executive Vice President and CFO at Six Flags. So then there's a quote from Zimmerman, and the closure of mergers is expected to occur on July 1st, which also happens to be Great Adventure's 50th anniversary. Funny how that worked out. And once this happens, they will trade under the ticker symbol FUN on the New York Stock Exchange, structured as a C corporation, and the company will now be headquartered in Charlotte with a significant finance and administrative operation in Sandusky. So no more Arlington office. That is done. Six Flags headquarters will be dissolved and moved to Charlotte, as well as a small office in Sandusky. So I assume that means that on July 2nd, that is when all of this will take effect with the ticker symbol on the New York Stock Exchange and things like that. So really, really cool to see this is actually happening. I know a lot of people were worried that it wasn't going to go through. Maybe it was a monopoly and the U.S. government wouldn't let it happen. But here it is, and they haven't announced that any parks are being sold off or anything, at least not yet. I still think that some of the smaller parks might be sold off just to make the company a little less of a monopoly and a little more fair to the competitors in the amusement industry. But this is huge news, the fact that this is actually happening. For all of you that were doubting it and never believed it would ever come true, here we are now with just a couple weeks away until this actually happens, which is really, really exciting. So I'm really excited to see what this winds up meaning for the parks themselves. I imagine that for the rest of the 2024 season, we won't really see any major changes to any of the Six Flags or Cedar Fair parks. But come 2025, I think that's when some of the changes are going to start to take effect. And as some of the last additions that were planned for both Cedar Fair and Six Flags parks are pumped out in 25 and maybe 26, I think after that is when we're going to see the real new strategy of the combined company. Hopefully it leads to extended growth for all the big parks and some of the smaller parks that still need some investment as well. Personally, I think that a lot of the big parks from both chains are probably going to see a lot of investment. That means Great Adventure, Magic Mountain, Fiesta Texas, Great America, Over Texas, maybe. And then at Cedar Fair, you got Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, Knott's, Wonderland, and a few others. I think all those are definitely going to do really well. We'll see what happens with the smaller parks, but that is a topic for another day. That is going to conclude today's video, just sharing the news with you guys that the merger of Six Flags and Cedar Fair, Cedar Flags, finally happening on July 1st. Of course, the new company will be known as Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, but I'm sure we all wish it was Cedar Flags. With that being said, though, guys, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.